So a spiritual power or spiritual ability, which would be called like I guess in yoga, a siddhi, is when you're using your mind to accomplish something directly, rather than like a materialistic or through causality. Like you're using your mind to directly do something rather than influencing a sequence of events. Right. So, and when you do that to a ridiculous degree, it's like, how did you move the cup? Well, I picked it up with my hand. And you go, oh, that's not special. But you go, how did I move the cup? I picked it up with my mind. You did telekinesis. Or like, how are you standing 3 feet off the ground? Oh, I'm standing on a bench. Or how are you standing 3 feet off the ground? Oh, my mind is supporting me. I'm levitating. Like, right. So suddenly that's a spiritual power. And so yeah, you're there, you're everywhere with enough attention, with enough focus. So like if you wanted to do telekinesis is the exact same thing as when you move a thought around in your head. Or when you move your attention, like what else do you alter your attention with other than telekinesis? How do you direct the focus of your awareness around? What are you pushing on it with? Right? That's telekinesis. It's the same thing of like, how am I altering all the chemical reactions in my hand so that it does this? That's telekinesis. So the first thing to telekinesis is feeling that the substance is the thing that you're trying to move with your mind. It has to be in your mind. It has to be in your awareness. And so it has to be directly in your awareness. You won't have any psychic powers or anything over something that is a sensory phenomenon. Like there's a mailbox up ahead that I can see it, but that's not in my awareness. My vision is in my awareness, but the mailbox is in my vision, and the vision is in my awareness. Like the mailbox is not directly in my awareness, and so I can't push or pull on it like I can my hand or like I can my thoughts, which are in my awareness. Like to move my hand or to move a thought, I'm not referencing an image or like a sense organ, right? It's in my awareness. So that's why the big thing is just when you sit and you relax and you do non-doing, what you're essentially trying to do is to sense that the volume and the space is your awareness, and to sense that as fully and thickly and richly as you do your own body. And it's like becoming, all your thoughts and your feelings and your emotion are like fish or like waves, and you're becoming the body of water itself. And so once that non-doing thing, well, like I haven't done that enough or anything, but if you were to lock yourself in a cave and just non-do for a while, eventually you would start to feel the things around you the same way that you feel your own thoughts. And then at that point you can push on it. The water can push on things in it. Change things. So then you get things like telekinesis or telepathy. Telepathy is if you're feeling someone or something from a distance directly. You don't need the cell phone to mediate the interaction. if you are relaxed and centered and you feel your mind, and in the space of it, you can pull more and more of yourself into your being, more and more of yourself into your mind. And as you do that, that's like pulling more and more of your body like into the, like imagine if you were in a pool of the water and you were like standing up out of the water. So if you crouch down, like let's say the water was at waist level, and you sink down and you pull your arms and your limbs and your torso and your body underwater, that retraction, that pulling away from the bottom, the pulling away from the air, you pull, all of a sudden more and more of you is in the water, and when enough of you is in the water, you'll actually start to float. So things like levitation is when somebody has expanded their being enough, and then also retracted their this is letting go of attachments and all that stuff. Like that's the pathway to flight, is to let go of all attachments, which are all parts of the body that are outside of the awareness, or parts of you that are interested in things outside of your awareness is an attachment. And an attachment is like having your arms up out of the water. And if you have just one arm out of the water, just a little, like a quarter, like one limb, one of your smallest limbs out of the water, you'll sink. Like you can't float. You just sink until more of you is in the water, right? Or if you're standing on the bottom, if you're standing on the bottom, supporting yourself on the foundation and lifting up out of the water, again, you can't float. You're standing, so you have to retract so that like just a little bit of you is out of the water. So you have no interest in anything other than awareness. Like you have no interest in anything other than God. And it's not to say that your awareness is God, but if there was any path or any connection back to God, it's gonna be through your awareness. Like you're going to direct your awareness towards God. But simultaneously, if you direct your awareness towards awareness and pull in and withdraw so that you're just inside of yourself, then eventually you can have a state shift that is that's what we levitation. Your body lifts, your body floats. People if this isn't being done methodically, it's being done kind of like superstitiously, and that's where you get athletes and all these people are doing this stuff not understanding what the situation is, but they'll come up with training plans and habits and behaviors and stuff that cause detachment from the world, that cause this freedom into being, and they're lighter, they have more levity, they have more sensitivity, they're faster, they have more predictive ability, right? And all that is from being immersed in the waves, and then you're being moved by mind. Everything else is moving mind, you're being moved by mind, you're sensitive to mind. Like if you're capable of the beginning of telekinesis is sensitivity, right? So if you're sensitive enough that you can exert any sort of telekinetic pressure on anything, simultaneously you can use that link to listen, right? You might not be very strong, but with your hand, like your hand might not be strong enough to like punch through a wall, but you could put your hand on a door and feel vibrations, you could feel sounds, you could feel, right? Imagine all the different things you could feel by putting your hands on a person's arm. You might not be strong enough to like force the person to do what you want, but if you can grab them at all, you can feel skin, fascia, connective tissue, pulse, other rhythms, other types of things, right? So anywhere that you might have, not enough mental or telekinetic strength to necessarily do anything dramatic or drastic, that is enough presence to like listen, to feel, and then you're feeling information directly, not through the sense organs.